Josh Burns. The accident. The accident, Josh Burns.
It's Labor Day, 2007. My dad is working leak detection for East Bay Mud, which is a water company down in the Bay Area. Leak detection is basically where when somebody sees water on the road or it looks like water's leaking from somewhere and they call the water company, my dad's the guy that goes out and checks it out and see what needs to happen. And it's about 1 o'clock in the morning, and my dad is driving down 880 South in Oakland, right around the Oakland Coliseum. And as he's driving, he sees this car flipped over on the right-hand side of the road, just all torn up. And then right next to the median barrier, he sees a car sitting perpendicular to the barrier. And you kind of see that there's somebody in there, so he turns on his flashers on his car, pulls up on the other side of the car that was in the accident, backs up to it, and goes around to check on the guy. He goes up and he says, "Are you okay?" And the guy just keeps repeating, "My shoulder hurts, my shoulder hurts." My dad realizes this guy's in shock. Now, this guy's car is sticking about halfway out into the fast lane. Now, for those of you not from the Bay Area, 880 is a very busy highway, even at 1 o'clock in the morning. So my dad knows if this guy stays here, he's in trouble. So he goes to pull the guy out. As he's pulling the guy out of the car, he notices the car ahead of him starts to get brighter. And he glances back behind him, and he sees headlights coming at him, very, very rapidly. In an instant, he sees that he has a choice. He can either drop this guy and jump out of the way, save himself, or he can throw the guy over the barrier to protect him. So my dad chose to throw the guy over the barrier. A split second later, the van, doing 90 miles an hour, hit my dad bare. If you look at the police photos, there's an indentation in the front of the van that's exactly the width of my dad. It flung him over the barrier into oncoming traffic where he was hit by another car. And that car just decided to keep going on their merry way. Left him on the side of the road. Not long after, the paramedics showed up and they got my dad to the nearest hospital. They notified my mom. My mom called me. Now it's about 2 o'clock in the morning by this time. My phone was off. I'm sleeping. I didn't hear it. The next morning I wake up, see I have a voicemail. I think, oh, this is kind of weird. So I listen to the voicemail, and in tears, I'm listening to my mom's voice, and she says, "Josh, your dad's been in an accident. The doctors don't know if he's going to make it. You need to get down here right now." Driving down there, I'm just thinking all the worst things. Thinking about all the things I might not get to do with my dad again. Play music, fishing trips, even arguing with him. I'm thinking about the family that he supports, how they're going to get by, what I'm going to need to do to step up and help them out. I get to the hospital and I walk in, and there he is. As white as a piece of paper, as white as this thing right here. Surrounded by my mom, my grandfather, and my 2 brothers. I walk over to him and I hold his hand, and he looks up at me, his eyes glassy. And here, the man that I've looked to for strength and support my entire life looks at me and he asks me, "Am I going to die?" And these are not easy words to hear. But I mustered all of my confidence and I put a smile on my face and said, no, of course you're not going to die. You're the strongest guy I know. It's going to take more than a car accident to take you out. A few minutes later, the doctors come and they tell us that my dad has a broken back. All of his ribs are broken. The legs, his bones have been crushed to powder. He's got a punctured lung and a ruptured spleen. It's a 50-50 chance of living the next few days. he's never going to walk again. Now, the doctors, they don't know my dad very well. My dad is an extremely stubborn man. 4 months later, he was back at home. 2 months after that, he was able to get around in a wheelchair. 2 months after that, he was able to get around with a cane. And a year later, to the day from his accident, he was back at work. Now, during this year, the driver in that white van had gone through his own set of troubles. He had been charged with felony DUI, commit jail time. My dad decided to go to his trial and testify. This is where it's a little different, though. My dad didn't testify against him. He testified on his behalf. You see, my dad had already been in AA for 10 years at this point. And he said, Your Honor, if this man goes to jail, it's going to hurt his family, it's going to take things away from him, it's going to drive him further into his addiction. Make him go to AA, and I'll be his sponsor. And that's what he did. He actually became this guy's sponsor for AA to help him get better. My dad didn't do this because it was in his own best interest. He did it because it was the right thing to do. So after everything that he went through, he still was doing the right thing. So I'm here to ask you today, the things that you have in your life, the offenses that people have done against you, the things that you have in front of you, do you have the courage that it takes to do the right thing and not just what works best for you? Because you could be a tremendous example to others in your life, and you can help people.
Mr. Timer, can we have 2 minutes, please?
We will give it a try.